These are very likely going to become my new favorite headphones. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in a new video. This time we will be reviewing these headphones, which are the Noting Ear 3. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the new headphones from this manufacturer that has a very peculiar design line. But before describing them physically, let me tell you that their launch price in Mexico has been 3,499 pesos, which honestly does not seem an exorbitant price to me, considerably considering the level of quality they have. It is true there are much cheaper headphones, but in this case they are very stylish headphones that also sound very good. But what do you think if we get to know them little by little, starting with the design? We are already very accustomed to these transparent styles, which, as you can see, have the disadvantage of getting stained quite a bit with fingerprints. This is something that detracts somewhat from the good aesthetics that could otherwise be achieved. Hopefully they will work on a solution to prevent these types of stains. I'm not sure if it's possible, but it's worth mentioning here. Additionally, it features a small indentation that allows you to carry This feature enables you to carry these headphones with greater safety. It feels quite pleasant, and an interesting detail is that despite having plastic components in various sections, the chassis is crafted from aluminum. This material provides a truly nice sensation, especially on chilly days when you pick up your headphone case and it feels cold to the touch, offering a genuinely premium experience. By the way, it is available in white color, black color. I think it is clear which option I have here in my hands. And by the way, as a curious fact, the case has IP54, and headphones also, i.e. they resist splashes. This is important because generally, the manufacturers do not have certification against splashes in the case if they usually put it in the headphones, but not in the case here. Fortunately, you have this feeling of a much better work product. But let's dive a bit deeper into the case, because you will notice that when you open the headphones, you will find this link button. This button is incredibly useful as it assists in reconnecting the headphones to various other devices. It's an internal button, however, it is clearly visible from the outside. This is similar to the small LED indicator located here. On the back, you will see the USB-C port, which is used for charging. In addition to this, they also support Qi wireless charging, which is quite convenient. When you place this case on a base, it weighs approximately 71.4 grams. This means they are indeed heavier than the previous generation. However, there's something quite interesting, which is that nothing has opted to include a microphone in this case. This is why you will notice it as a button for speaking. In theory, this allows the case to provide significantly better audio quality when you are on a call. We'll test it in a moment and talk in depth about it, but that would be with respect to the case that was about to fall out. Now let's talk about the headphones, and for that we open the case, and by the way, we tested that the lid maybe doesn't stay very stiff. That would be a very small detail, but it's not really a bad thing. What I want to test is if it has enough magnetic absorption to prevent the headphones from falling out, and indeed it does. It seems that the headphones will also feature a design with transparencies, giving them a very appealing look. However, in this black edition, I feel that the transparency is not as noticeable, but that's just a side note. As usual, the manufacturer marks the left and right ear cups with red and white dots for easy identification. Also, take note that the small tube is somewhat short, not as extended as other headphones, yet it is wide enough to provide a good grip. So these headphones provide excellent ergonomics when you hold them, and frankly they are also quite comfortable, at least for someone like me. Of course, comfort can vary greatly depending on the shape of your ear. If your ear shape is significantly different, your experience might differ. However, I personally find them very comfortable. In this particular case, they each weigh 2 grams. If you compare it to the last generation, they are going to be a little heavier. However, the reality is, they don't feel uncomfortable at all. 5.2 grams is still a weight that is not perceived as something uncomfortable when wearing the headphones around here. Honestly, they will provide you with a really good feeling. As you have already noticed, it features a closed design, including these silicone ear cushions. By the way, they come in 3 different sizes, allowing you to interchange and choose the one that fits you best. Actually, the app itself also provides a feature from the manufacturer that includes an ear cushion fit test, allowing you to ensure that you're using the most suitable one for your needs. The manufacturer mentions that the cushion has been redesigned with the purpose of achieving a better seal, and indeed, they offer excellent passive isolation. Additionally, these headphones are equipped with a sensor that detects when you put them on or take them off, which allows them to automatically pause or resume the content you're listening to. And take note that, at least for me, they remain very stable. I'm shaking my head, yet the headphones stay put. Even when I open my mouth much wider, like when I'm eating, in this situation, I don't feel the earbuds beginning to slip out, which is something that occurs with some other models for me. So honestly, they are truly excellent. That's the reason why I've already mentioned that they will likely become my personal choice for hearing aids. Let's discuss now the controls that are available through the headphones. This is typically an area where less expensive headphones might cut corners a bit, but here the experience is quite comprehensive. Firstly, through the application, you can customize the controls for each earbud differently, both left and right. This is already a very positive feature because it offers more versatility by having the controls separated. You can tap the case to choose its behavior, like using the talk button on the case to call the voice assistant or connect the microphone. Now, about the headphones, there are many categories. In this particular situation, the interaction will occur by pinching this small paw or tube. Additionally, it provides a slight sound feedback, ensuring that you are pinching the earphone properly. By pinching, you have the ability to play or pause the content. Typically, this function is set for both the left and right earphones. If there's an incoming call, you can answer or hang up with a pinch. With 2 pinches, you can skip to the next song or decline the call. However, you can modify the settings to go back to the previous song or to activate the voice assistant. With the same gesture using 3 pinches, you will by default go to the previous song. However, you can customize it to skip to the next song, call the assistant, or even disable the long pinch interaction completely. Additionally, we will have the capability to, by altering the noise control settings, and take note that it allows you to choose which modes you'd like to toggle between. Additionally, you can decide if you want to activate the voice assistant, adjust the volume higher or lower, switch the microphone on or off, or completely disable that gesture. This gives you a lot of flexibility in how you manage your audio experience. If that seemed like a lot, note it also lets us give 2 pinches and hold for an additional action. This particular gesture is disabled by default, but you have the option to activate it. For example, you can use it to manipulate the volume. With this gesture, you increase the volume when you perform it on the right and decrease the volume when you do it on the left. So essentially, you have all the gestures we could ask for to have full control over the headphones. It's very clear that the experience here will be incredibly complete. Now let's discuss the sound quality they offer because they don't disappoint and are quite impressive. They include a 12mm ceramic diaphragm that provides strong bass response. Importantly, the bass doesn't overshadow other frequencies. I suggest enabling the extra bass option in the app because without it, I feel the bass is somewhat short. Please note that this one includes a bass boost function and I have it activated at level 5. Actually, there isn't a huge difference between each level, which is why I prefer setting it to the maximum. Once I adjusted the bass like this, I found it quite enjoyable. It's important to consider that the theoretical frequency range spans from 20 Hz to 40. KC ported in these headphones. And something that I also really liked is that it brings access to an equalizer with different customizable presets. The application includes its own equalizer. You'll notice it appears at the start, featuring some presets located at the bottom. Additionally, it provides a basic 3-band equalizer, which we have the ability to fully adjust and customize according to our preferences. We can actually customize this equalizer, although it is a pretty basic 3-band equalizer. In the past, that was the only equalizer available to us. However, now we have the option to access the advanced settings, and I really love this feature because it offers an 8-band equalizer. This equalizer doesn't have fixed bands, which means you can select and adjust the band position. Additionally, you can even modify the Q parameter, which refers to the width of the frequency range that you will be customizing. Here is the result with the graph, and it's impressive. I hadn't seen headphones with such an advanced equalizer before, and I loved it. Plus, there's access to a library of presets from other creators. In the Explore section, you'll find Nothing Selection, with users who've created equalizers for you to download and use. And here, using the Playground application, you have the ability to upload your own personalized EQ profile. This allows Nothing to consider it and place it here for you. I found this feature to be quite curious, and it's a very intriguing proposal. However, if you might not be familiar with equalization or unsure about how to adjust the bands, or perhaps you don't know which band to lower or increase, don't worry. It also includes a custom sound option that, through a test, assists you in setting it up. It will guide you to choose the sound you like most, providing an equalization suited to your taste. So, as you can see, even at the application level, it provides us access to a sound that is completely tailored to our preferences, which is already quite impressive. However, when it comes to codecs, we also have something quite advanced. In addition to the usual ones like SBC and DAC, it supports LEC equi 24 bits. This allows us to access a very high audio resolution. Although it does consume more battery, those who wish to enjoy high-quality audio can certainly do so. This is something you have to turn on because it comes turned off by default, and you have to consider that some cell phones also require another switch of their own system. But with the right settings, you could have access to that very high definition audio, which, believe me, you can distinguish the audio is perceived very clear. It does not feel tinny or robotic as it could be perceived in low resolution codecs. The truth is that the audio quality is excellent, and I truly enjoyed the experience with these headphones around here. They are indeed high-res wireless certified, which is a great feature. Now, speaking about the noise cancellation, it is also quite impressive. They provide a noise reduction level of up to 45 decibels, and trust me, the difference is noticeable. They effectively reduce both bass and treble frequencies, and even the voices of people talking nearby are significantly diminished. Plus, it comes with multiple levels of noise cancellation to choose from, which is really convenient. Notice that in noise cancellation, it comes with low, medium, high, or also adaptive, which will depend a lot on the environment you're in. It also comes with the transparency function, although in this case it does not come with a selector for how much you want the outside to be heard, and finally the offsetting where it is not performing any additional action. I insist the noise cancellation seems to me something. Very good. The ambient mode, honestly, I sometimes wish it included a selector. This would allow you to choose if you want to enhance the sharpness of the voices of the people you're listening to, or if you prefer to simply be attentive to an alert or something similar. I think this is an area that could see some improvement. However, I do appreciate, for instance, how the feedback of these modes through sound is quite clear when you're switching using the headphone controls. It's a feature that makes the experience more user-friendly and intuitive. That is to say, there are some other headphones out there that just give you a simple tone like tin and ton or something similar when you switch between these modes. It's not always very clear which mode you have entered, especially if they are quite simple headphones, and you might not even notice if you are in one mode or another. However, in this particular case, it is very obvious when you are in ambient mode and when you are in noise cancellation mode. As a very subtle detail that gives me to understand the quality and the development of the product is that the sound of the ambient mode is like someone exhaling some air. And the sound of the noise cancellation mode has a beat with a deep bass that I think is very clear what mode you are activating. I insist, it's a subtle little detail, but it speaks very well of the product. And finally, if you saw in the application, it has spatial sound. Oh, this is a function that I personally do not use, but hey, there it is available. However, it lacks bass enhancement and equalizer support, so you need to disable those features to enjoy spatial audio. This audio can detect the direction it's coming from, so when you turn your head, it adjusts accordingly. I personally don't use it, but I appreciate having the option available.
Ahora estás escuchando el audio captado por los micrófonos de estos audífonos en este ambiente súper ruidoso, simulando una oficina escandalosa. Entonces vamos a probarlo porque esta función ha sido un poco polémica. En este caso todavía los micrófonos se están capturando desde los audífonos, pero vamos a mantener pulsado este botón.
Ahora, mientras mantengo pulsado el botón, enciende en color verde. Quiero que lo veas por aquí. Y en este momento estoy utilizando el micrófono que está colocado en el estuche, lo cual me permite dirigirlo hacia mi voz y por lo tanto, en teoría, deberíamos tener una mejor calidad de audio.
Honestly, don't find the audio to be any better. It's quite curious because in theory, the microphone should be directed towards my voice. However, for some reason, I hear the sound quality as less compared to what we experience with the headset plays. And you must consider that these headphones also come equipped with a microphone for conduction. This feature will help the bounce of the sound occurring inside your head to better define the voice. From my perspective, this feature is indeed a good concept, but it didn't quite deliver the expected result. I personally prefer the sound that's directly captured by the headphones themselves. However, this was fortunately an additional experiment, so it's not a standard feature found in all other headphones. Even though the quality isn't as impressive, we shouldn't judge or criticize it too harshly. It's a unique feature that stands out on its own. And let's talk a little bit about the battery. Obviously, through the app, you can take a look at its status, and it's going to vary depending on whether you're using just the AAC codec or if you're using the LDAC codec, which I was anticipating is going to consume more battery, although it gives you more resolution. First, let me tell you how it does. With AAC without noise cancellation, it would give you 10 hours of playback, not considering the case. With noise cancellation on, the battery life reduces to 5.5 hours per earbud, which is still a decent amount. Including the case, you get a total of 38 hours without noise cancellation, which is impressive. Personally, I don't worry much about headphone battery life, so I don't focus on it, but it should easily last through a medium-length flight. With LDAC and no noise cancellation, it lasts 5.5 hours, consuming much more power, almost halved. But as I mentioned, it's high-resolution audio for special moments. With LDAC and noise cancellation, battery drops to about 3.5 hours. Use it cautiously. Fortunately, there are headphones that do integrate fast charging, so with 5 minutes that you put them to charge, they could give you an hour of playback, in this case, without noise cancellation. And with 10 minutes of charging the case, they could give you 10 hours of playback, so I also think they do very well in fast charging. The case takes about 70 minutes to charge via cables and about 2 hours to charge wirelessly. When it comes to connectivity, these headphones are equipped with Bluetooth version 5.4, ensuring we have access to the latest technology. This will undoubtedly provide excellent stability and a reliable range. Additionally, they have the capability to connect to multiple devices simultaneously, which is very convenient. They excel in this area, and it's worth noting positively that they include both Google Fast Pair and Microsoft Swift Pair features. That implies that as soon as you open the headphones right away, the headphones are easily detectable by both Android phones and Windows laptops, which significantly simplifies the pairing process. Additionally, they feature a low latency mode that can be activated through the settings. It's important to note that when this low latency mode is turned on, there will be a slight reduction in sound quality. Although the audio resolution is nearly comparable to that of wired headphones, I believe the latency is not quite low enough yet, and it remains somewhat noticeable. For instance, it wouldn't let you play an instrument with wireless headphones without issues, and in gaming this slight delay will be noticeable. However, let's take a moment to listen to a brief test. In conclusion, these headphones will definitely be highly recommended. They have a unique design. Its case looks very original. The transparencies makes it look good, although the transparent case could get scratched and stained more easily, but hey, it's an aesthetic touch. Regarding the sound, they work perfectly well. They support the LDAC codec and sound spectacular, especially if you activate the bass boost on level 5. Even better, the app lets us use a super specialized equalizer, allowing band and width selection to adjust specific frequencies. That's great. And in terms of controls, it also offers the full catalog. You can go to the next song, previous song, turn the volume up or down, control the noise, talk to the assistant, all without sacrificing other options, because it's really very versatile in terms of controls. The noise cancellation is also brutal. The microphones are very good, although the super mic function of the integrated microphone in the case seems not to have given me the expected result. At least in my test, did not sound with the quality I expected. But hey, this is a special edition. I like that it also integrates Microsoft Swift Pair and Google Fast Pair, so you get a really complete experience. These are likely to become my next personal headphones when the OnePlus ones I currently own eventually stop working. They certainly won't disappoint, as they are truly high-quality headphones. For now, we've come to the conclusion of this video review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to let us know. We'll catch up with you next time.